When I was about 12, we moved to Oregon from South Dakota. This was during the time when interstate highways were being built. We'd travel for several miles through rolling hills on two-lane highways, and then we would stop for construction zones, followed by the thrill of getting to drive on a brand new stretch of four-lane interstate highway for a while before we would revert to the old road. A generation earlier, my mom had traveled across the prairie in a brand new Model T Ford on what was called the Yellowstone Trail. Now, the Yellowstone Trail was called that because there was no road at all. Travelers would see a yellow rock up ahead and go toward it. Then they would look for another yellow rock to guide them on their next leg of the journey. At night, they camped and slept under the car. All that remains today of the old Yellowstone Trail are the road signs that say Yellowstone Trail. You can also see the abandoned road beds that were replaced as technology found ways to straighten out old routes. As you travel down the Columbia Gorge, the old miracle of engineering called the Columbia Gorge Highway can still be seen snaking and tunneling along the jagged cliffs above. I often wonder what the next generation will experience as they travel from place to place. Will it be a better life? Will it be a busier life? What would reality be for them? The church world is changing along with everything else, just as it has for 2,000 years. It's been said that the only thing that does not change in life is change itself. Every time we get a new car, it requires several hours of trying to resolve the steep learning curve required. My grandfather was a daredevil for taking a Model T across the prairie. Horses fueled on the prairie grass. Cars needed gasoline. And there were few filling stations on the plains. Today, surgeons use gaming controllers to perform life-saving arthroscopic operations. Going back 2 millennia, can you imagine how the disciples felt when Jesus tried to tell them about their future? "Do not let your hearts be troubled," he said. "You believe in God, believe also in me. My Father's house has many rooms. If that were not so, would I have told you I'm going to prepare a place for you? And if I go to prepare a place for you, I'll come back and take you to be with me, that you may be where I am." That's John 14, 1-3. Jesus had asked them to leave their old church and follow him into a new covenant. This had not been popular, but they had started the journey. Now he was pulling the rug out from under them as he informed them he was going to die and leave them to figure it out without him. There'd be no yellow rock up ahead. There would be no pavement to follow. It's a new way of faith alone. But my righteous will live by faith, and I take no pleasure in the one who shrinks back. That's what the writer of the Hebrews said in chapter 10, verse 38. It is a bold new way. It's facing change with confidence. Have a great day. Bye-bye.